This is He-Man, the Masters of the Universe Origins Cartoon Collection, Shadow Weaver, Evil Mistress of Dark Magic. I am so happy to have this figure. I just couldn't believe that back then they didn't have a figure for her. Now they should have at least made one for the vintage He-Man line, since the Horde was part of that line back then. But they didn't make one for. I mean, they had the a He-Man line that was marketed toward boys, and the vintage She-Ra one that was marketed toward girls. But Shadow Weaver was part of neither of those lines. But she finally came out in figure form as part of the Classics line. Now she's part of Origins. I would have been so over the moon to have a Shadow Weaver figure as a kid, but it was what it was, and I'm just glad I have her now. Now she kind of does for the Evil Horde what Evil Lyn does for Skeletor and his crew, with the dark magic and all that. Should have matched up Shadow Weaver with Evil Lyn. That would have been an awesome matchup. Those two would have been, that would have been a war if those two were going at it with each other. But anyway, I'm going to get her out of the package and give her a proper review. Alright, here she is. Since her legs are under her long gown and you never see her legs, they didn't make any legs as part of this figure. So, but at least it's easier to stand her up, so I'm not going to complain about that. Yeah, it's just a simplistic figure. She's got her standard, her trademark long red robe. As far as her articulation, her hooded face is kind of hindered by this little collar piece here, but her arms move out. Her arms still articulate pretty well, and you notice her arms have these huge sleeves, these oversized sleeves, and it doesn't affect articulation at all. And she still twists at the waist. That's good, and that's pretty much all the articulation she has. That's all she needs, really. And her accessories, she comes with this wand. I don't remember if she ever had a wand in a cartoon, but it's still a nice thing to have for her to, utilize her dark magic. And she's got two gripping hands. You just fit it into one of them, if I'm able to. Boy, with the old figures, it used to be easy to, but that just does not want to go in there. The wand is so thick, you can't even get it in her tiny little hands. I'm afraid I'm going to break part of her hand off. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I've been a Shadow Weaver back then, the old vintage line. I have no doubt they would have had no problem making a wand that was easy to fit in her hand. But I mean, maybe I should try her left hand, see if this works. Oh yeah, that works better. Yeah, her wand definitely fits better in her left hand than it does her right hand. And of course, it comes with this book of spells. It's got a bunch of gibberish on here. I'll even try to figure out what that is. I don't know if you can really hold a book of spells in one hand. Can't really hold anything in this hand, but here's what she looks like. I know she's casting one of her evil spells. I mean, this is what, yes, that's what she's known for, is her spell and her witchcraft, because she's not what you call like a warrior that engages in hand-to-hand combat like other female warriors, like say Tila or She-Ra, or maybe even the Green Goddess. But yeah, I mean, or maybe Evil Lyn. But I still like to see an Evil and Shadow Weaver showdown between those two. They should have done that in the old Filmation cartoon. That would have rocked. Yes, and my Filmation version of the Evil Horde is growing from the 4 prominent figures from that faction. Yeah, She-Ra and the Great Rebellion will really have their hands full with these 4. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, all that good stuff. And I look forward to the next video. Bye-bye.